know what I say about getting cocky? Let's not do it. Oh, flip! Oh my... Get the hell off me with that! No! No, 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 not after all this! Not after all this! You stay right back there while I heal up, mister. No, you don't. Heal. Flip. Come on. Oh, my words. That was a toughie. Right then. Thelma, well, she's not going to be grateful. She's probably never going to know I did this, but... Current guard. Let's see what little goodies they've got in here. This is their area's headquarters. Oh, hello.
Best turn around if I were you.
Yep, no, I have. I mean, I'm surprised he's not just immediately attacked me. I've just strolled into Pruin headquarters. Come on. Your friends outside stood no chance. What chance do you have? Ow, you bugger. Give me the blood. Might just bite you to death for that. But I have places to be. I'm supposed to be working. I'm gonna go back and finish my shift. A used Pruin steak. Oh, report about Pembroke. Sir, having observed the Pembroke Hospital for 2 weeks, and we can confirm vampire activity there. First, we have proof of the presence of a female leech inside the hospital. The beast is clever. She acts like a mental patient to hide her true nature. Or her true and holy condition. I personally sneaked inside the hospital and heard the creature whining about her need for blood since her body is decaying. It's because she's got mental illness. But it gets worse. The administrator of Pembroke Hospital is Dr. Swansea. According to our team leader, Amanda Tilton, who died yesterday in a fight against Skull by the canal, he may be a member of the Brotherhood of St. Paul. If that's true, then there may be something big going on at the Pembroke. Maybe even a nest of vampires protected by those bloody traitors of the Stole. We don't know what to do, but we are convinced you better come quickly with reinforcements and heavy gear. It's just as well I got that report. Right, let's have a quick look at that steak. Common steak against a Pruin steak. Already better. Or at least it has 15 stun on it at level 1. Details. So I can make it have an extra 3 stun points. Oh, yeah, level 2 it goes to 20, and I can give it another 3. Then I can upgrade it for more stun and stamina reduction. Yes, this will be incredibly good in the long run. I'm going to equip it. We're going to upgrade that as soon as we can. Does it look any different? I can't really tell. But let's move. We don't want any more Pruin patrols to come back to report in, only to find out that everyone's been massacred. Only they were waiting for me. They knew where I was. They set up an ambush. That scares me. Yeah, I'm not getting you. I pushed my luck enough tonight. I really can just destroy barrels by stepping near them. But let us Let's first go speak to Thelma. Let's reassure her that those spies she's mentioned will not be coming for her. Thelma.
Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
I know the feeling about the men who are tracking you, though.
I have made inquiries about the men who are tracking you, Miss Howcroft.
I did not expect a mortal to have this sort of courage. Speak, Doctor. Why are they hunting me down?
Nobody's searching for you, or it was a misunderstanding. If I say nobody's searching, I don't think she'll change her behaviour, but if I say it was a misunderstanding, I might be able to convince her to reel it in just a little bit, just to, you know, not attract as much attention. It was a misunderstanding, Miss Hawcroft.
It was a misunderstanding. These hunters were in fact looking for a very different creature, but they mistakenly put their sights on you.
I knew it. I have become undone. Those hunters have discovered me, but they don't know what I'm capable of.
If you'll accept some advice from a petty mortal, I think you should assume a low profile and just quietly disappear into the shadows.
Exactly.
You are right. And
Yes.
You have served me well, mortal. Take this as a reward for your time.
What do you have to reward me
Perhaps
with,
I will allow
actually?
you to drink deep of my blood. One day.
Thank you. I'll keep that proposition in mind.
Oh, you sly one, Jonathan. Medical checkup, anything I can help you with? Blood quality? Oh no, you're completely completely healthy. No, I'm not going to drink her. I'm not going to go down that
I'll
road.
leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
That is an investigation down. Now, Lady Ashcroft. Or Ashbury. You... And here I thought you were comforting that man before.
I would ask you to avert your eyes, sir. Or did you not know it was rude to stare?
I knew it.
Speak up, Dr. Reed. I like a man who speaks his mind.
Your supposed compassion only hides your appetite. When you said you were being treated for your condition, I had assumed there was some kind of blood transfusion technique going on. That you were being given blood in a humane manner.
Hiding your true appetites behind a facade of compassion. Bravo. Very clever indeed.
Spare me your sarcasm, Jonathan. You are but newly born in this world.
So the accusation, it was true after all. It wasn't simply that... I mean... Oh, I've no leg to stand on. I've been drinking clay out there. His body's still at the docks, probably. Down at the canal, probably. The accusation was true, then.
So in the end, the accusation was true, wasn't it?
The situation is somewhat awkward nonetheless. I have not been observed sustaining myself for many decades. I have to say I'm a trifle embarrassed.
Anyway, I have concluded my inquiries concerning your blackmailer.
I see. Please excuse my agitated state. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't let anyone see me in this condition.
I must confess I have not put an end to the blackmail, my lady. Unfortunately, I could not bring myself to do it.
I'm so disappointed in you, Jonathan. I didn't expect this from you.
Lady
Disappointed?
Ashbury, you yourself admitted how ridiculous the sum of money was. I can assure you it was all used for charitable ends.
Well, you are full of surprises, aren't you, Jonathan? All right, say I trust you, but you will still pay the ransom. That is only fair. After all, it was you who failed to bring this problem to a satisfactory conclusion.
I believe
Excuse-
I could agree to that.
And since a lady always keeps her promises, I will now answer any questions you may have.
So I'm going to pay the blackmail now. I thought we'd agreed with Nurse Crane that she would no longer blackmail. I thought she was going to cease and desist. But, oh. Well, if I want to stay on her good side, I better do as she says. Well, you said you're going to answer my questions. I want to know about you, your ladyship. Does Swansea know that you kill? Does he allow you to kill?
Why does Dr. Swansea allow you to feed on the patients of the hospital?
Dr. Swansea is a good and compassionate man. He is trying to find a solution for our hunger. Until that happens, he is clever enough to understand that I only feed upon the dying.
If they truly are dying and there's no hope of recovery, then it's the lesser evil. And, well, are you sure no one suspected you? Because Nurse Crane caught on.
And no one suspected you of the murders.
As you well know, suspicion has recently fallen on me of killing for pleasure. But you have my word, Jonathan. I take no pleasure in taking a life.
She did comfort this person towards the end. She wanted to make sure they were comfortable in their final moments. Tell me what you know of his brotherhood.
What do you know about this Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole?
The Brotherhood is well known amongst London vampire society. As long as our kind is discreet, and as long as they do not interfere, we have come to a mutual understanding.
So, they gave up on eradicating vampires. It's more now, as they say, a mutual agreement. Basically, be discreet, we leave you alone. I know it's impolite to ask a lady her age, but I say in this case there's an exception. How old, may I ask, you are, Lady Ashbury?
I know this is beyond the pale, but may I inquire your age?
Really? And I thought you were gentlemen. If you must know, I'm 27. I've been 27 for a long time now, and 27 I shall remain.
It's not the whole truth, is it?
Very well. But I believe there is more to this than you are saying.
A lady has to have some secrets.
I thought you were going to answer all my questions, but what about the one about who granted you eternal youth? How did you become a vampire?
And who bestowed upon you this eternal youth?
My maker. He left this isle a long time ago.
Your maker? So you know who your maker is? You saved me. Why? Wouldn't it have been easier for a newborn vampire who had no connection to anyone to simply disappear?
Why did you save me in the canning factory?
I could hardly stand by and watch such a promising young blood as yourself be torn to shreds by some gutter skull.
Gutter skull. So it is not really about saving me, it was more about pride as a vampire then. I mean, you don't really enjoy or take any joy from taking life, so I suppose you would have wanted to save me if you could have helped me, which you did. It's pretty obvious William didn't create me.
William Bishop wasn't the vampire that created me then?
No, Jonathan. Whatever their strength and demeanor, Skulls are the progeny of careless vampires. It cannot be the other way round.
So what exactly is a skull? They're incomplete. They don't survive their metamorphosis unchanged?
What type of vampire is a skull?
Not a true vampire. The deformed offspring of lesser vampires. It is a shame these creatures run wild, slaves to their baser instincts.
So not all vampires agree with the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole, then, to keep a low profile. That's all the questions I have for the moment. rather... Tell me about London. How many vampires exactly are there in London, then?
Are there many vampires here in London?
Immortals are of a rare breed, and we often tend to hide. But you may occasionally meet some of us at night.
And can I expect them to be friendly? Mostly friendly? All friendly?
Will they all be as affable as you, my lady?
I do not see why not. But remember, even the shark smiles before he bites.
That sounds like a lesson from experience.
Vampire politics are as intricate and sometimes tedious as a game of chess in a gentleman's club. I've learned from experience it is best to decline to play.
Right. I suppose being immortal, they get a lot more time to kill on silly little political games. Have you any idea who attacked me?
Do you know any of them? Have you an idea of the identity of the vampire who attacked me?
You mean your maker? No, Jonathan, I have no clue. But I fear he or she is as careless as cruel. To let you discover your new condition by yourself.
What do you mean?
Every now and then, you may discover an immortal in the deep of the night. But we are a rare and reclusive breed. Our progeny is almost never accidental.
Unless I'd already transmitted or transfused vampire blood into me. Then the bite could have triggered the metamorphosis unwittingly. What is happening to London, though? Skulls are everywhere.
I've been away from London and England for 3 years. This isn't the city I remember.
Things have gone from bad to worse here, Jonathan. I've lived in this city for a long time, and I've never seen it like this.
And it clearly doesn't seem the Spanish flu caused this.
The Spanish flu has hit London that bad.
Yes, but it's not just that. I've heard things. Things I've not heard for a very, very long time. There are whispers in the shadows. Something far worse than the Spanish flu is here in the city.
More vampire politics, then. So what exactly is it that you fear in the shadows?
What is it you fear?
Fear has long since flown this form. But there is something malevolent circling us. I feel fear is merely waiting in the wings.
So something is stirring the pot. Some vampire. I've met men hunting them, and hunting us.
When I awoke, changed, I was chased and attacked by vampire hunters. Prepared and well-trained.
Though I can't be certain, more than likely it was the once glorious Guard of Priwen.
Once glorious. So they weren't always just a band of... practically a militia. Just hodgepodge together and committing violence in the streets.
Once glorious, but still dangerous.
They have seen better days, but all fanatics are dangerous. You would be wise to stay clear. They are sworn to destroy our kind.
I've been doing my best, but it's not always possible. Is it practically a cult now?
You make them sound like some sort of cult.
More a society, and like all the best ones, a secret society. I thought them almost gone, but it seemed they have been recruiting.
What do you know about me, then? Or rather, what can you answer about me? I am a vampire, then. That's what we are.
A vampire? Is that what I am? What we are?
Such a crude word, defined by penny dreadfuls and drunken hacks. No. You are now an Ekon, and that you shall remain.
An Ekon? So an Ekon is a breed of vampire, a type of vampire. I've met other beasts in the sewers and on the streets that seem far different from Skulls and far different from us. They are, as I say, beast-like.
So we are Ekons. How can I identify us amongst other vampires?
How to put it? All Ekon are vampires. But all vampires are not Ekon. We are but a branch of the immortal tree.
So all Ekons are vampires, but not all vampires are Ekons. Okay, so we are a type of vampire then. Ekon is a type of vampire. So you are an Ekon too.
Are you an Ekon too?
Yes, I am. We are the closest thing to what man refers to as vampires. Forget what you think you know about us.
I'll try to do so, but things we... Well, you hear the stories, the myths, Dracula. Have you ever read Dracula? Has Dracula been published? If I was changed on purpose, any ideas why I may have been left for dead?
I don't understand. Why was I created and then left for dead?
That is a question only the one who made you can answer. It's not normal practice. I doubt even if you find him, he will answer you, considering how cruelly he treated you.
Could it have been a mistake?
So me being a vampire could have been a mistake.
I very much doubt it, Jonathan. Contrary to the legends, it is not as simple to make another vampire by just biting someone.
From what I've read, they need to have consumed the blood of the vampire that's turning them, or a blood of a vampire. How are vampires created? Well, how are you created, for one?
I'd like to avoid creating another vampire by mistake anyway. Tell me, how is it done?
The process is dangerous. It could even kill your potential progeny. If you did decide to sire an offspring, they must drink of your blood, Jonathan.
That does beg the question, did I consume the blood of the vampire willingly, or as I say, transfusion? And do all vampires hear, and don't be alarmed, do we all hear little voices in our heads?
I've been hearing a voice talking in my head. Is this some kind of insanity? It feels like the voice of the vampire that created me.
Hush. Tell no one this. It would be unwise to talk of such things amongst British immortals. Speak no more of your maker.
How? No, she isn't. I feel she isn't my maker. But how could this cause offense?
How could this cause offense?
Is this unusual?
Only the powerful immortals can mentally call to their progeny. No vampire or hunter will sleep easy, knowing that an unidentified elder is stalking the streets of London.
I think we might have just discovered a clue as to what terror is beginning to wrap around us. You're not my maker, clearly.
Excuse my forwardness, but are you my maker?
Me? Goodness, no. Only a foolish immortal would create a progeny without taking precaution, and I'm no fool.
What kind of precautions, I wonder? Making sure the candidate is suitable would show discretion? But that's all I had to ask.
I bid you farewell. For now, my lady. I must quickly analyze the blood I took from Nurse Crane's patient.
Well, thank you for your time, Lady Ashbury. We will see each other again, I hope. Let us analyze that blood sample right away. Dr. Rakesh? You are acting suspiciously, if I dare say. Oh, no longer, but you were. Now, how does one bait you into acting suspiciously once again? Are you picking the pockets of the dead?
It's locked.
I want to go and investigate. We're gonna hop out here. Where are you, Rakesh? There you are. You're smoking on the job to begin with. There are windows that overlook whatever is out there. Are there windows that look directly out? Perhaps. Aha! This will give me a perfect view. Here we go. What are you up to, mister?
You don't mind if I search your pockets, do you, sir? You won't need any of these anyway. I'm not stealing from you, mister. I'm only redistributing your belongings to people who need them more than you.
Oh, so
You
much for
see,
respecting the dead.
No one has claimed your body, sir, so it would be such a shame to bury you with your valuables. I will not forget you, sir. And I thank you for your generous donation.
Oh, we're gonna go have a word with him right this instant. Oh, that's I think you're the oh, Brannigan, not Brannigan. I forget her name. Hawkins, Pippa Hawkins. Right, but no time to lose. Excuse me, Buster Brown.
The dead. Good evening, Dr. Reed. Such a pleasure to see you again.
Oh, I'm sure it is. Well, I've got a couple of personal questions. You steal from the dead. Well, it's more of a statement than a question.
How dare you steal from the dead, Rakesh? Is that what your pawnbrokers is really about?
These people are dead, sir. What they possessed could be useful for the living. And I'm sure they would agree if they could speak.
I'm sure they don't want you to make a profit off of them. Dr. Swansea should be informed of this misdemeanor.
Whatever your motives, you're making money by stealing from the dead.
Exactly.
Dr. Swansea should be informed.
No offense, sir, but Dr. Swansea is one of my customers.
Excuse
As I
you.
told I like to help people, and everybody needs help from time to time.
And is he aware where your products come from? Let's circle back. You're appointed as a medic, were you?
Tell me the truth about your appointment as a medic during the war.
You're not even a
The
doctor.
regiment administration appointed me by mistake. I had to learn the job on the spot, sir. Very hard, sir, but I rose to the challenge.
You cannot impersonate a doctor.
You can't impersonate a doctor. You can't improvise a medical education. People could die at your hands.
You're absolutely right, sir. But as a field surgeon, it was more like being a butcher.
Do you believe you have really helped these people?
My ratings were within the averages of the regiment. I saved lives, Dr. Reed. Does that not say enough about triage and war surgery?
Triage, perhaps. You should have refused the appointment. You should have made them aware.
Do you realize how many soldiers died because of that decision? You should have refused.
Yes, sir. I swear I did, sir. But no one listened. When the first wounded arrived, I had to do what I could.
It is an unbelievable story, Mr. Chidana.
It was a time beyond belief, Dr. Reed. But I'm happy not to deal with the wounded. I prefer caring for the dead now.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you enjoy making their pockets a little bit lighter.
Goodbye, Mr. Chidana.
The problem is, if I want to consume blood of wrongdoers, everyone in this hospital's got something going on. Milton and Pippa Hawkins, they're running a little scam, pay for beds. He's picking the pockets. Nurse Crane, she was blackmailing people. Brannigan and Dr. Tibbets, they covered up a botched autopsy. A botched, well, diagnosis and then an overdose. Dr. Swansea is letting a vampire drink his patients. Truly, this is not a well-respected establishment. But I have some analysing to do. Light Stamina Serum. Increased stamina regen by 50% for 15 seconds. That is good. I'm going to craft the treatment for fatigue. Treatment for bronchitis. And then we're going to upgrade our new steak. And an extra 3 stun points. Tiny common handle parts. If I could purchase those off Milton, that would be incredibly useful.
Vasily was infected by Spanish flu, but also has the highly unstable blood of the Skulls. Is the London vampire epidemic transmitted through the flu? I should talk to Dr. Swansea about it.
Let's drop down. So that would be a dreadful turn of events if the Spanish flu had mutated with a vampire and now was spreading the vampiric condition. Release traces of it. That would change the what? Is this Elder Vampire who is laying this atmosphere of fear around the city, trying to turn us all into vampires? But what would that achieve? There would be nothing to feed on, surely. Hello, you two. Can't. We need to get down here quick before they move on. What are you two up to?
Sometimes you act like a real jerk, you know that?
Oh, come on, Ozzy, don't be like that.
What, like what? Like someone who felt betrayed by the man he loves? Did you ever even try to find me? Rescue me?
You know, it's not like that. I wanted to. I was so afraid to leave the hospital, not to be seen with you.
Look, we survived this shit together. That's all that matters. I know you did your best.
Oh, that's a passionate one. People normally close their eyes when they kiss, though.
Fuck the war, right? And fuck them all.
Fuck the war. Fuck them all.
Ah, that's why Oswald doesn't like doctors. If somebody discovered his persuasion when he was younger, might have had a barbaric treatment, quote-unquote, forced upon them. Good evening, you two. Let's chat.
Hello again, Mr. Blight.
Have you not seen a body in there?
You doing your rounds as usual?
Yes, I am. I do, however, have a personal question for you. Regarding your feelings about Oswald Thatcher.
How do you feel about Oswald Thatcher? You are more than friends, aren't you?
I love him. I love Oswald. We knew we wouldn't survive the war without each other. But I am terrified, Doctor.
What frightens you so much?
What if people find out? Oswald says I'm ashamed, but it ain't that. It's more, well, you know, I never thought I'd love a man.
Well, of course I'm not going to out you. I appreciate why you're concerned. It's not exactly accepted in this point of time. But you should enjoy your love. I don't want this to be a really sinister enjoy your love while it lasts. Just enjoy it. Enjoy being together. Enjoy being happy.
Enjoy your love. And enjoy life as long as you can, Mr. Blight. Don't let anyone tell you who you should love or how you should love them.
Exactly.
I appreciate your kind words, sir. But it ain't that easy. It's all so new to me.
Well, you'll have plenty of time to get used to it, I'm sure.
Goodbye. Mr. Blight. Take care of yourself.
Now, Oswald.
Good evening.
Evening, Dr. Reed.
I have a few personal questions regarding your feelings for Newton.
Tell me about your true feelings for Newton.
I love him. I'm not ashamed to say it. He's the best thing that ever happened to me. I can't imagine life without him.
Oh, well, I do admire your honesty.
I admire your honesty. It takes courage to stand up to society. The world needs people like you to create change.
Courage is what we needed in the trenches, looking death in the face every day. I speak plain. I speak my mind.
Have you always been this straightforward?
All I know is, before you saved me by the sewer, my only regret was I wouldn't be able to hold or kiss Newton again. I love him, that's all.
I feel like I know the answer to this one already, but why should you be ashamed?
Why should you be ashamed?
I'm not, I said. But Newton sees it differently.
He's worried about what society will think. As I said, like, it's a very backwards point in time. But let's talk about Newton's feelings of, well, as you believe, him feeling ashamed.
Newton is conflicted about his feelings towards you. Would you like to talk about it, Oswald?
It makes me sad and angry. It feels like the beautiful thing we have is somehow tainted. It hurts to see him so lost.
His love for you is genuine. I'm certain he wasn't lying to me when he expressed his feelings for you.
Exactly.
He still has to accept it, knowing he'll be seen as a queer, a fairy, less than a man in those simple-minded bigots' eyes. Though he's more of a man than they'll ever be, so fuck them all.
You had... Oh, I don't have a treatment for a headache. I will leave you be. Thank you for talking with me.
Goodbye, Mr. Thatcher. Try to take care of yourself.
So, if I were, hypothetically, to drink one of those two... Oh, hello. I'd best drink them both. So if one disappears without the other... Well... They'd be heartbroken, but perhaps I'd be able to cover it up. If I drank Oswald, and Newton would believe Oswald stopped waiting for him. If I drank Newton, Oswald would think that Newton just couldn't handle what life was going to throw at them. But for now, we must speak to Dr. Swansea. I say as I veer straight to the left to a box to take its contents.